It's so boring here in Side B. Let me see how they're holding up against France.
Huh? Shit.
Hey Kira, I think 2 spots just opened up on the Japanese team for us. Alright, bet. So the Blue Lock Chapter 348 leaks have been released, and with them, Blue Lock Side B has officially made its return. A lot of people have been speculating that Nagi and Kira could be speedrunning their way through the program soon, and might even join the Japanese players on the pitch for their final group stage match against England. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below, and without further ado, let's get right into the Chapter 348 leaks. We begin with us inside of one of Side B's first selections, the bird in a cage. With us seeing the goat himself, Shigeo, as well as HANERU Shindo, this means our perspective starts in the final boss room anyway with Nagi. As the challenge gets explained, we're told that 11 of them will become the cage, and they will simply have to keep the ball away from the other 2 players who are the birds within a given time limit. Only the first 3 pairs to clear this challenge will advance too. Pages 2 and 3 are just a double spread that once again show the bird in a cage game beginning as the ball launches straight into the air between all of the players. Everyone looks up at the ball, and with Nagi and Kira being the first team acting as the birds, they have 2 minutes and 15 seconds to make something happen. Page 4 then shows Kira and Nagi immediately sprinting into action as their role right now is to intercept or steal the ball from anyone. The bottom half of the page just shows some of the Side B NPCs making passes and playing keep away from Nagi and Kira, but honestly nothing too interesting, other than maybe this weird masked guy who looks like a more emo version of Itoshi. Page 5 then shows Kira and Nagi standing next to one another while the rest of the group circle around them. Kira says that he'll narrow down a target and corner them, telling Nagi to anticipate the play and trap the ball. Nagi simply responds with a calm, "Got it." Kira then explodes forward on his own towards the player currently in possession, catching him completely off guard. The poor guy panics as everyone starts yelling at him, asking what Kira is doing and telling him to just keep the ball moving with a one-touch pass. At the very last second though, this random manages to safely move the ball away from Kira and towards a familiar fan favorite face. I'm talking about the injury merchant himself, Nishioka, also known as Amori's Messi, who is shown stretching out wide to trap the pass. Nishioka clicks his tongue and compliments the accuracy of the ball, but Nagi immediately turns his attention towards him and simply says, "Gotcha." The entire room starts panicking because a literal demon is closing in. Nishioka notices too late and freezes up as Nagi declares, "Mine," while everyone around him desperately screams for a pass. Nishioka tries to make a pass of his own on the next page, however the little chick himself, Nagi Seishiro, comes flying through the air and takes it straight to the face. Poor Nagi is just always out here getting blasted in the nose, but you've gotta respect the commitment. Nishioka awkwardly apologizes while staring in shock, and the loose ball flies directly towards another old goat, Kira. Everybody is just taking flight today though, because before Kira can secure the ball, HANERU Shindo suddenly leaps into the air and flicks it away from himself while grinning wide. He compliments the Nagi and Kira combo, saying it wasn't bad, but points out that simply touching the ball is not enough. According to HANERU, it doesn't count as a clear unless you gain complete possession. Kira is left stunned while everyone else is freaking out over HANERU's ridiculous jumping ability. With the timer then hitting 0, HANERU lands with the ball in hand as everyone around him celebrates. They're probably just happy that Nagi and Kira got denied because they already know that they are just 2 goats and they cannot pass unless they get them eliminated, but I don't know, maybe they're just haters. Anyways, Baratsuda then comes over the intercom and reminds everyone that only the first 3 exceptional pairs will advance before officially announcing the next bird is HANERU Shindo. With HANERU tossing the ball back towards the players who will remain the cage, Baratsuda tells him to select the partner he wants to challenge the round with. Looking around the room while rubbing his chin, HANERU explains that because the challenge must be cleared as a duo, he believes the true purpose of this selection is testing cooperation and trust. It's basically the exact opposite of everything Blue Lock stands for, turning the whole thing into one giant trust-building exercise. HANERU then says that from his first impression, both Nagi and Kira stood out to him, but that final play gave him the exact answer he needed. And before we get to that answer, we are at the halfway point of today's video, so if you are enjoying yourself and want to support the channel, maybe subscribe, I don't know. Also, literally right now as I was recording, my girlfriend messaged me and told me to tell you guys that she says hello. It's kinda confusing, but please comment down below and tell her that you said hello to her. I don't know, man, just say hi back in the comments. I'm trying to keep her happy. Anyways, we then see HANERU extending his hand forward towards Kira, confidently telling him that they'll clear this challenge together. According to HANERU, the player most capable of creating a trust-filled synergy inside this birdcage is definitely Kira. Meanwhile, while everyone else is reacting to the partnership, Nagi is off to the side dripping blood onto the floor and contemplating about how badly his nose hurts. While staring forward coldly and wiping away the blood, Nagi says that this level of pain is perfectly fine. After all, this is Blue Lock. We love seeing our little chick grow up because he now has a much more mature perspective towards competition and suffering. He knows it's not sweet now. The page also kicks off a brand new round of Bird in the Cage, with Kira and Haneru now acting as the birds. Page 13 shows a ton of back and forth keep away play between the cage members and Nagi. However, throughout the entire sequence, Kira and Haneru continue exchanging glances. By the bottom of the page, the current ball holder has been completely cornered as Kira and Haneru slowly close in on their prey. Page 14 shows the NPC completely trapped with his back pressed against the wall. As someone screams for him to kick it away, he desperately launches a pass, only for Kira to read it perfectly and intercept it without any trouble. Just as Kira turns to clear the ball though, Nagi suddenly leaps through the air and traps it with ease, casually telling Kira that that's not happening. However, at the bottom of the page, a blacked out speech bubble appears as Haneru calmly tells Nagi one simple word: no. As page 16 then reveals Haneru standing directly in front of Nagi, the background turns pitch black as he explains that he has been waiting specifically for Nagi's specialty trap. Haneru then pulls his leg back and absolutely hammers the ball directly into Nagi's face at point blank range. And once again, it just feels bad, man. This poor dude has now been blasted in the face twice in a single day, and the second one was a targeted hate crime. The next page shows Nagi crashing towards the floor as Haneru calmly secures possession by trapping the ball on his shoulder. Everyone around them looks horrified and starts calling Haneru cruel, but he completely brushes it off. According to him, this is simply the most efficient path to victory. If stopping Nagi is the key to winning, then that's exactly what he's going to do no matter what it costs. With that, Byakuya officially announces that Shindo Haneru and Ryosuke Kira have cleared the first selection of Blue Lock Side B. Haneru then tells Kira that he understands now. Kira is clearly a talented player who simply lost the first Blue Lock challenge due to bad luck. He even goes as far as saying that Blue Lock itself isn't really that big of a deal, which leaves Kira completely speechless. As Kira and Haneru walk away from the room, Nagi slowly gets back up to his feet and is absolutely pissed off. Blood is dripping down his face and covering his hand as he bluntly admits that he's frustrated as hell. Byakuya then asks the next bird to nominate a partner, and no joke, the next player up is Mizuki Shigeo, aka the meme character. Shigeo then chooses Nagi Seishiro as his partner. Despite an actual bum selecting him as a teammate, Nagi rises from the floor like a zombie. With a dark aura radiating around him, he declares that he's back and that this fever is exactly what he's been craving. With that, today's chapter comes to an end, alongside the outro text which says, "Painful, frustrating, annoying shit is an egoist's favorite food. Can't stop, won't stop, Blue Lock." What the hell did I just read? Why was the outro text a nursery rhyme? Honestly, despite coming right off the Japan vs France match, I feel like today's chapter was pretty entertaining and had a lot of twists I did not expect. Firstly, with Kira and Shindo Haneru, this Aiku ripoff seems like a real threat with how analytical and ruthless he was. I mean, bro literally beamed Nagi right in the face for the double tap and left him bleeding, but you really have to respect it. Aside from that, the meme character Shigeo picking Nagi as his teammate is just funny as hell, because we're either about to witness the true definition of a carry job in the next chapter, or Shigeo just goes crazy and everyone is left rolling on their asses next week, but either way, I'm sure not complaining. Anyways, with that ending out today's video, I just want to thank you all so much for tuning in. If you enjoy my content and would like to support me, please take a moment to subscribe, drop a comment below, and feel free to join my community Discord too, which can be found in the video description. I hope you all have an amazing day, and for now, I'm gonna go sleep my ass off and take some allergy medication. God damn.